So you made it. Come on up to our fantastic tour bus. We're really excited that you're here again. I can't seem to get rid of you people. You were here 15 years ago, I heard. So welcome back. This is our tour bus, and my name is JR. I play in Less Than Jake, and I'm here to give you the tour. So right now, Less Than Jake is on the summer circus tour with our friends, the Suicide Machines, Fishbone, and Me Bambi. We're gonna have the band Catbite on in the next leg on the West Coast. We're out all summer. We're also playing the Vans Warped Tour. Maybe you missed the one in DC, but we got one in Long Beach coming up, and then we got one in Orlando in November. So we're just always on tour, but this tour is the Summer Circus 2025, and we're excited to have everybody out. Well now, you know, people always want to know the features of the tour bus. So the first feature that we'd like to show you is our television. This is a 55-inch TCL television that none of us know how to work yet. But I'm sure within the next 3 weeks we'll figure it out. Until then, that's all we got. So right here, this is where the magic happens. This is the snack section. As you can see, we have a variety of used and new snacks. And we also have some cups here just in case we need to pour something from our fabulous cooler. That's right, we have a fine variety of Miller Lights and all kinds of stuff because this is where the magic happens. Yeah, I don't think there's a preference to anything anymore. We used to have preferences to certain kinds of IPAs and certain kinds of beers, and you know, now we're pretty much a liquor band, so the beer is for guests mostly. Yeah. So here we are again. This is our front lounge. This is where we lounge, and this is where the magic happens, in the front mostly. And as you can see, we have these wonderful cupboards, also where the magic happens. That's the bagel magic that we have. Buddy has a little creatine because as you get older, you need, you know, energy, powder form. And this is the real magic. This is the booze section. We'll have to remove the clothes steamer. But as you can see, we have a wide variety of alcohol. This came from our friends in the Suicide Machines, and they drank most of it. So thanks, guys, for the gift that you drank. This is also where the magic happens. This is Matt, our drummer.
How you doing?
He's making magic happen right now, as you can see, just his presence.
I'm watching the magic.
Yeah, and so now to my immediate left, your right, is our kitchen area. And this particular machine is our DeLonghi Magnifica coffee maker. This is arguably the most important thing on the bus. Probably more important than most of the band members, because if it wasn't for this, we wouldn't be able to do that. And by that, I mean the thing you want us to do. So this is easy. You just wake up in the morning, you press one button, boom, magic, and everybody's happy. This is an item that we own, we keep in our storage unit, and it comes on every tour with us. We also have one in Europe that we store. We also are in the process of buying one in Australia, but we don't go there that often. So, but this is the most important thing on the bus that isn't a band member. You know, we don't really keep a lot of snacks up here. This is mostly coffee and coffee mugs. We do have, you know, a little bit of peanut butter because occasionally somebody needs protein burst. We also have a lot of these liquid IVs because, well, you know, we're old. So you got to make sure that you're hydrated properly. And yeah. Okay. This is the microwave. As you can see, it's very clean because our driver just cleaned it. But before that, it looked like there was nuclear fallout. This is the freezer where we keep the ice and the ice cream that we didn't eat the other night. Chocolate is also kept here because it melts. This is the refrigerator, and it is stock full of mostly salsa, it seems, and butter. There is a ton of butter. And more orange juice. You would think we're all diabetic with the amount of orange juice we have on this bus, but we're not. We're not, but we do cater to diabetic people. So we do have a rider. It's called a catering rider, and so that just is the items that we need to cater to our needs on a daily basis. The things that we use the most are water, and that seems to disappear, but as you can see, We are very poor at drinking all of the water, so we will take some of this undrank water and put it in the coffee machine. Now you're probably thinking, why would I take somebody's poisonous mouth fluids and put them in the coffee machine? We're trying to figure that out too, but you know what? It makes sense to us and we don't like to waste water. So water's the most used thing. Also bananas. They seem to really just fall into the ether because people eat them so much. It's that potassium thing. Again, we get older, you know. And what else do we eat a lot of that seems to disappear? You know, cream cheese is one of those things that we go through a lot of for whatever reason. I don't understand that. Also, this is Coffee Mate Snickers flavor, and we go through bottles of this. I don't drink it myself, but Roger, I think he just pours a mug full of this and then spits a little coffee into it in the morning. That's how he does. So those are the things that we use the most on the bus. This, of course, is really where the magic happens. This is the bathroom. And you can barely fit in there. Here, I'll show you, because there's a full-size toilet. You've got to, you know, maybe arch yourself a little bit sometimes. But, you know, water works, and, you know, it's a toilet. You just can only do number one, not number two. So, that's enough of that. Come this way. Come this way. This is where the magic happens. By magic, I mean sleep. So, this is our bunk area. This is my bunk, as you can see. There's not a lot of what we would call space in here. But, you know, when you're really tired and you need to sleep, this works, you know, but that's about all it works for. So there are obviously 3 bunks that you can choose from: the top bunk, the middle bunk, and the bottom bunk. Each one has its positives and each one has its negatives. And most of the negatives are around how many cocktails maybe you had that particular night. Climbing up into a top bunk while flying down the highway at 65 miles an hour could be a challenge. Getting up from the bottom bunk in the morning at 50 years old can also be a challenge. Your best bet is a middle bunk. Luckily, I have a middle bunk. There's only 4 of them. Band members kind of get the middle bunks, and everybody else, they can just sort of figure it out. But as you can see, we have space for 12. We carry 10, so this is my bunk. You can figure out where everybody else lives, normally by the smell. So keep coming this way and you'll see further. This is where the magic happens, the back lounge. Everybody wants to come into the back lounge, except for me most times. But as you can see, we have all kinds of things. This is where we create custom drum heads and cymbals. This is where our friends drop off toys, like my friend Tim Barron. This is where we have real important things like rider items that get hidden, right? So there's certain rider items that people find that they hide, and M&M seems to be one of those things. We also have a square reader here, so we can easily get your money from your checking account into our checking account from buying wonderful merchandise. There's a guitar, we have some storage area, but it's mostly just mirrors so we can see how good we all look. Yeah, so I mean, I guess the question is, you know, what's the difference between the front lounge people versus the back lounge people? The front lounge people tend to be the work people, the people that are working on the day-to-day things. And the back lounge people tend to be the other people that are on tour, just kind of having a good day. And so that's, you know, when you're trying to have a good day, you come back here, you relax a little bit, it's quiet, a little bit warmer than maybe the front of the bus, and, you know, it's a good place for everybody to kind of meet and talk about everything that everybody in the front of the bus is doing. Yeah, it just seems like a meeting spot, a meeting of the minds, you could say. And sometimes it's quite a meeting, let me tell you. So, but that's it. There's really no huge difference other than this is smaller, that is bigger. That's it. Well, I want to thank you for coming back to our bus and seeing all of the things that we have. It's been a wonderful time and wonderful having you, but unfortunately, our time has come to an end. So with that said, thank you, Digital Tour Bus. Now, I've got things to do. Catch you later.